Have you ever been alone at night, in the quiet of your own home, and felt a sudden, unshakable certainty that you weren't truly alone? A flicker in your peripheral vision, a floorboard creaking upstairs, a chilling sensation crawling up your spine. If you have, you're far from the only one. In fact, studies suggest that as many as 90% of people have experienced this feeling of a presence when no one else is there. It's a primal, deeply unsettling human experience that transcends culture and time. We call them ghosts, spirits, intruders. Or perhaps we don't dare to name them at all. But what is this presence? Is it a figment of our imagination, a trick of the light, or something else? Tonight, we journey into the shadows, to the edge of perception, to unravel one of humanity's most enduring mysteries, the feeling of being watched. To understand this phenomenon, we must first look deep into our own evolutionary past. For millennia, our ancestors lived in a world filled with real, tangible threats. Predators lurked in the darkness, and survival depended on a hair-trigger sense of awareness. That feeling of being watched wasn't just paranoia. It was a life-saving instinct. Our brains evolved to be hypervigilant, to assume the worst in ambiguous situations. A rustle in the bushes was more likely a predator than just the wind. This agent detection mechanism, as scientists call it, is hardwired into our DNA. In the safety of our modern homes, this ancient survival circuit still fires, interpreting the innocuous sounds of a settling house or the play of shadows as a potential threat, unseen other. Our brains are simply doing what they were designed to do, protecting us from dangers that may no longer exist. But evolutionary psychology only tells part of the story. Let's consider the architecture of our own minds. Our brains are pattern-making machines. They strive constantly to make sense of the world, to fill in the blanks with the information they have. When you're alone, in a light environment, sensory input is limited. Your eyes strain to see, your ears to hear. In this state of sensory deprivation, your brain starts to project. It takes fragmented data code draped over a chair, a curtain swaying, and tries to form a coherent image. Often, the most readily available pattern it latches onto is the human form. This is a phenomenon known as pareidolia, the same reason we see faces in clouds or on the surface of Mars. The shadow in the corner of your eye isn't necessarily a spirit. It might be your brain's desperate attempt to create a familiar shape out of formless darkness. It's not a hallucination, but a misinterpretation, a ghost created by the very organ that perceives it. Loneliness and isolation also play a profound role. Humans are fundamentally social creatures. Prolonged solitude can have strange effects on the psyche. When we are deprived of social interaction, our brains can sometimes manufacture it. The feeling of a presence can be a subconscious coping mechanism, a way for the mind to create companionship where there is none. It's a psychological paradox. The very fear of being alone can conjure the illusion of not being alone. This is especially true during times of grief or intense emotional stress. The presence felt might be that of a departed loved one, a comforting, albeit illusory, manifestation born from a deep-seated need for connection. The mind, in its incredible complexity, finds a way to soothe itself, blurring the line between memory and reality. Then, there are the more terrifying experiences, those that feel undeniably real and malevolent. We enter the realm of sleep paralysis. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, your mind fully conscious, but your body completely frozen. You can't move, you can't speak, you can't even scream. And in that state of utter vulnerability, you feel it. A heavy pressure on your chest, the distinct sense of a figure standing in your room, watching you. For millions of people, this isn't a hypothetical scenario. It's a recurring nightmare. Sleep paralysis occurs when your brain and body fall out of sync during the transition between sleep stages. Your mind wakes up, but the chemical that paralyzes your muscles during REM sleep hasn't worn off. The terror this induces triggers a primal fight-or-flight response. With no way to fight or flee, the brain invents a source for the fear, often manifesting as a dark, menacing figure. an intruder, or what many cultures call a shadow person. This isn't just a bad dream. It's a waking nightmare, a physiological event that produces a profoundly paranormal feeling experience. But what if these explanations, as logical as they are, still don't cover everything? For every scientific theory, there are countless personal accounts that seem to defy simple explanation. Stories of objects moving on their own, of disembodied voices calling a name in an empty house, of shared experiences where multiple people witness the same inexplicable event. Are these all just mass misinterpretations or collective delusions? Skeptics would argue yes, pointing to environmental factors like infrasound, low-frequency sound waves below the range of human hearing that can cause feelings of unease, dread, and even visual distortions. Or perhaps electromagnetic fields from faulty wiring, which some researchers claim can directly stimulate the brain's temporal lobes, inducing a sense of presence. These theories provide a compelling physical basis for many haunted locations. The ghost might not be a disembodied soul, but a product of the very environment it inhabits. Yet, the mystery persists. We've explored our primal instincts, the creative power of our brains, the strange tricks of sleep, and the unseen forces in our environment. Science offers us a framework of logic and reason, a set of plausible explanations for why we feel a presence when we're alone. It tells us that our perception of reality is fragile, easily influenced by fear, expectation, and our own biology. It provides comfort, a rational anchor in a sea of unsettling feelings. But here is the final, unexpected turn. What if science and the paranormal aren't mutually exclusive? What if they are two sides of the same coin? Think about it. Our brain is an electrochemical machine, interpreting reality through a series of electrical signals. The environment is filled with electromagnetic fields and sound waves. Could it be that what we call a ghost or a presence is simply an interaction we don't yet understand? Perhaps certain individuals or certain emotional states make our brains more receptive to environmental frequencies that are normally filtered out. Maybe these presences aren't conscious entities in the way we understand them, but rather imprints of energy, echoes of strong emotions left behind in a physical space, which our brains then decode as a figure or a feeling. It's a hypothesis that bridges the gaps, suggesting that these experiences are both physically real, rooted in the laws of physics, and simultaneously perceived through the deeply personal, subjective filter of the human mind. The ghost isn't just in your head, nor is it just in the house. It's in the interaction between the two. So the next time you're alone in the dark and you feel that familiar chill, that sense of being watched, pause for a moment. Don't immediately dismiss it as fear, nor immediately accept it as a visitor from another world. Consider the intricate dance between your ancient brain, your immediate environment, and the vast, undiscovered country of consciousness itself. The presence you feel might just be the most profound reminder of all, that even in our most solitary moments, we are connected to the deep and enduring mysteries of the universe, and most importantly, to the even deeper mystery within ourselves. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the shadows. If our exploration sparked your curiosity, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the unexplained. Stay curious and perhaps sleep with a small light on.